Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? And welcome back to the channel. Just gonna continue on with the second gen tonight. My son is actually home tonight, so he's gonna give me a hand and see what we can't get figured out. Basically just gonna start with process elimination. So when you turn the key on, you can hear the lift pump power up. Push clutch in a minute. Push the clutch in. And if you bump the throttle or bump the ignition, push the clutch in all the way. There you go. You can hear the lift pump is running. And you can see we have 15 pounds of fuel. Now, I guess if you really wanted to check it right, you should pull off your feed on the VP, but you can see right there is my T where my VP goes in at. So if I got 15 pounds of pressure clear up to there, it's only another 6 inches to get into the VP44. So I'm not too concerned about that. But if your T is clear back that you put in for your fuel pressure regulator, fuel pressure gauge is back someplace else, you'd probably want to see and make sure that you do have enough fuel pressure. And this gauge is actually it's a mechanical gauge, so there is fuel line, if you guys remember, clear back into the truck. So we're not going to worry about that either, because this is actually reading the actual fuel pressure. The next thing I want to do is have him actually turn the engine over and see if I've got fuel at injector number 1, and then kind of go from there. I'm also going to do, I told you I should have a 12-volt signal on that VP plug when the key is turned 2. Now with the caddy, I ran into some issues with that. Now granted, it's a lot less complex electrical system than what this is. When I turn the key on, that has a VE style pump on the caddy. So that's my Volkswagen for you new guys. I've got a 1980 Volkswagen Rabbit truck with a 1.5 diesel in it. That's a lot less complex electrical system and wiring system. That actually has a fuel shutoff solenoid on the pump itself. And the issue I was having with that is when you turn the key on, you have power to the solenoid, but as soon as you bump the ignition, you lose power, so therefore it won't start. So basically I just wired in a little cheater switch and made life grand. So right now, like I said, I'm gonna crack number 1 and make sure that we do have fuel pressure there. See if we do have fuel pressure there, if the VP is turning. Basically the VP is just a small electrical lift pump, just like what's on back there, but we just want to make sure that we are getting fuel to those injectors. All right, now we're going to crack this, get this line cracked and see if we have fuel. We can actually just do 1, 3, and 4 like we're going to bleed the system. Okay, Jonah. Okay. Alright, as you can see right there was no fuel even dripping out of there of 1 or 3. So it's looking more and more like it's a dead VP. The last thing I'm going to do is actually check the signal coming into the plug, just like I did yesterday, while he's turning it over, because you still should have your 11.5 to 12 volts of voltage coming to there. Alright, like I said last night, right there's your ground. Right there's your feed from your ECM, and we got 12 volts. Go ahead and crank it, Jonah. You can see it drop just about down to 12 volts, I mean about down to 10 volts, which is fine. It should still be turning over, but we have no fuel coming out of 1, 4, or 1, 3, or 4, number 4 injector. So I was going to say it's probably a dead VP as of right now. There is one other test that I do want to do, and before I go ahead and call it a dead VP, and that's do hot wire it like I was talking to you last night. I went to make up those wires tonight, but I didn't have any butt connectors. So what I want to do is actually put a positive lead on pin 7, take it to the battery with the 10 amp fuse in line, and then from pin 6 come to the negative terminal of the battery and see if that is the issue. I don't know. I don't know what else to do other than basically call it a dead VP. So just wanted to update you guys. I know this is kind of a short video, but I don't think I ever did say last night that the truck was cranking, but with no start. So you can go in the house and eat, bud. Thank you very much. And I didn't have him to help me do those couple little tests like I wanted to do. I guess the only real bitch about this whole thing is the truck's over here and not over there where all my tools are, but that's all right. It's not going to take a whole lot of tools to change out the VP. I think a 15 millimeter, 10 millimeter, and inch and a 16th or something like that to get the VP nut off. So other than that, I think that's pretty much going to do it for tonight. I just wanted to show you guys those couple of things, and yeah, I think I'm pretty much determined that it is going to be a bad VP, but I still want to do I still want to hot wire it just to make sure. Or I did check with one of my friends today, Matt Popeil out of Popeil Diesel, to see if he had a breakout box, and unfortunately he does not. So just a couple steps further of the process elimination to try and figure out what's wrong. So I will keep you guys updated, but for the time being, I'm going to say that it is a dead VP, and don't know. I know a couple of you guys were talking about the throttle position sensor. I'm sorry, not throttle position sensor, but the edge box. I do appreciate everybody's comment last night. Give me some suggestions and stuff like that. But I think with the process of elimination that I've worked with, that I've looked at, I think I'm pretty much determined that, yeah, I've got a dead pump. So anyway, guys, if you don't mind, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not already done so, and we'll talk to you guys later on. Bye-bye.